Did the church invent hell to scare people? Is hell real? Or was it invented by the church to scare people into obedience? Most of us associate hell with eternal fire and damnation. But did you know that the concept of hell as we know it wasn't really part of early Christian teachings? The term hell doesn't even appear in most of the original texts of the Bible. In fact, it wasn't until the medieval period that the idea of hell as a fiery, eternal prison was developed. Early Christian writings, like those of the Apostle Paul, focus on spiritual death or separation from God. But by the Middle Ages, the church began to develop a much darker vision of the afterlife. Hell, as a place of eternal fire and punishment, was popularized in part to keep people in line. Church leaders used the threat of eternal damnation to control the masses, making them fear sin and encouraging them to follow church doctrine. One of the most significant works to shape our modern view of hell was Dante's Inferno, written in the 14th century. This work painted a vivid and terrifying picture of hell, which heavily influenced Christian theology for centuries. But many scholars argue that this was less about spiritual truth and more about creating a dramatic, fear-based narrative that kept people dependent on the church. So, if hell wasn't part of early Christian teachings, what does that mean for the way we view the afterlife today? Was hell invented to control people's behavior, or is it a divine truth? Let me know your thoughts.